what benefits you get when your design and development team works within one company.
All these actions help to speed up development process up to 20%.
In case you work with the two different teams, you may lose quality of the design.
Feeling of team gives them not just a responsibility, it's something like a synergy in the work.
Hi everyone, thank you for being with us. Today we will talk about what benefits you get when your design and development team works within one company. What type of advantages such kind of integral team gives you, and how it saves your time and money. And today with me in the studio is Natalia. She is a co-founder and head of design department in LinkUp studio. Natalia has more than 100 designed projects and more than 10 years experience in the field of product design. She has worked with people from such companies as InVision, Kickstarter, and Bosch. Now Natalia leads a team of designers who create unique new products every day, which win awards all over the world and get a huge activity on Behance.com. And also Natalia teaches in university and conduct courses of human-computer interaction. And let me stop speaking about Natalia and let her introduce herself properly and finally start our discussion. Hi, Natalia.
Hi, Oksana. Do you know, after this presentation, I'm feeling like Daenerys from Game of Thrones. Yes, thank you for it. And I just want to add that this topic will be useful for everyone who working with digital products or just planning to start. Well, let's begin.
Yeah, but before we move on to our benefits, let's briefly outline what digital product design is and why it is not as simple as it may seem at the first glance. So in general, in the software development world, when you want to deliver a new product to the market, you will obviously need developers. This one who codes everything and ensure it works properly. However, without clever and attractive design, people will simply never know how cool your product is. Because design is what gives unique user experience, hold user attention, and translate the philosophy and objective of the business. So Natalia, please correct me if I'm wrong.
When we're working with design, we're working with process of supporting user behavior through usability, usefulness, and desirability. Often, people in a business try to save money, and it's absolutely okay, but it's very bad when they think that design is much easier task than development and miss it at the beginning, because it's not a saving, it's a double pay.
And have you ever had a case when a product owner had lost a lot of time, money, because he wanted to save on the design?
Yeah, we had a case when client came to us when project was already launched to the market. It was a big marketplace from Qatar, and what interesting, product owners spent a lot of time and money trying to catch traffic to the system. Mm-hmm. And he reached this goal, but this user didn't spend more than 3 seconds on the platform. And do you know why? Because design and information architecture was done directly by developers during the development stage. Mm-hmm. And user flow was broken. All action achieved by many additional clicks, and system didn't get any flexibility to user actions. So I think at the end, what we get, clients spent time and money, traffic didn't bring to profit, and now we need to start all from scratch, plus need to regain trust of users whom they have already lost.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so designers are not these people who make things just beautiful, they are the people who make things useful. And I believe this is the key.
Yeah, the designers are responsible not just for product view, they are a key player in the entire customer life cycle.
And now when we know this and when we understand this, let's move to our benefits. So the first benefit which I would like to point out when your design and development team works together, you save a lot of time on the onboarding process. So introduction of your project to the new team is a very time-consuming process. This is a stage where you translate your goals, your objectives of your product, and in turn team study and dive into product requirements and business details. And this stage is extremely important, as the better team will understand your vision, the better results you will get at the end. And this is not a one-day work. It can take weeks or even months of constant communication and work until the team will fully understand your vision and your product. And in case you work with the two different teams, be ready to go through this stage twice. So, which accordingly require twice more time, twice more money, and the most important, twice more effort from you to explaining all the things to two different teams.
Yeah, on the contrary, if you have team in one company, you can avoid all these costs because designers and business analysts working closely together on design stage, and they can easily transfer project to development and explain all project details, some functionality nuances. And you as a product owner do not to spend extra time on this. So when designers and developers build your product, you can spend your efforts and time on reach the business goals.
So it was our first benefit. The second benefit is next. Designers who constantly work with developers in one team are more technical one and understand better the specifics of development process. Natalia, how that really happens? Can you explain it to us based on your experience?
Yeah, now all designers have technical background, and sometimes they can create something that will be very hard to implementation due to technical limitation or high development cost, for example. And in this case, have developer on consultation during the design stage is a very big plus. We are not sure that all companies have a technical people, but I can say from our experience, we in LinkUp Studio are trying to make our designers a little bit like a developers. And they should to know some HTML, CSS, and other front-end part. Also, they should understand some process on backend part because these knowledges gives them complexity vision that design of they create.
And I believe that if we talk about person or company who work specifically on the design, they can be more focused on beauty and creativity and put less pressure on the technical side of the product. And have you had cases in your experience concerned when designers helped developers to make their process, like just help developers, in their development process?
Yeah, one time we had experience create a board game similar to Catan on a mobile. As you may know, the board consists from random placement hexagons, numbers, and resources. And our designers, together with prototype, sent notice to development team this notice was with mathematic formulas that explain how to build object placement on the field,
Wow.
so that there were no gaps between tiles.
Very interesting.
Yes, so because our designers are working closely with developers, they can predict and optimize many process in the design. Also, even on the initial discussion with client, they can recommend some technical points they need attend.
So our second benefit, designers who work with developers as an integral team think not only about the beauty and usability of the product, but they also think about complexity of their design implementation, so which in turn facilitates works of the development team and give advantage to everyone.
Yeah, also I would like to mention here that because some synergy in team, we designers all time think how to make developers' life easier. You will ask me how. I will say all time we create some UI kit, style guide, clean up all layers and styles, convert icon to fonts, convert animation to JSON format, and all these actions help to speed up development process up to 20%.
Oh, And also you like make additional documentation with mathematic formula for developers, so which also worth mentioning. So I believe that every project is unique, and the designers always strive to help developers in each project individually.
Yeah.
So if you need to create something, I believe you do this. Okay, and we move to our next benefit, which is the level of responsibility. So when you have separate people, they work within their level of responsibility. What does it mean? When you have isolated designer, his or her responsibility is to make a beautiful design. And for sure, if this person is really responsible by itself, she also may create some additional material to pass back to the developers. But it's it. And in case you work with the two different teams, you may lose quality of the design at this stage. Because let's be honest, not developers are not always very accurate in design implementation. And then who will be in charge of making sure that all the design which was created and for which you have paid for was actually implemented at the end of the day? Well, no one, even you as a product owner, because that is not your job. You're supposed to promote your app, to looking for investors, and to think about the business as a whole. You are not supposed to control the people who develop this. So, but if you have one team within one organization, they are responsible for the overall results, and it will hurt their reputation not to check whether their design was properly implemented by their developers. So at the end of the day, you get kind of the service for which you even don't pay for additionally, but which a company just need to control in order to maintain their reputation on a good level.
Yeah, I will tell you a small secret. Each time when a team launched to the market new quality product, it gives them a desire to make each next product much better, because feeling of team gives them not just a responsibility, it's something like a synergy in the work.
So again, reason number 3 is responsibility and responsibility passing. You get a higher quality product, and your design team is still responsible for the design even when this stage is done. And Natalia, what other benefit you may point out?
I believe it's faster development process and flexibility of team.
Oh yeah, time to market. It is this time. Everyone today wants to deliver their product to market as fast as possible, as cheap as possible, and with a higher level of quality. So not an easy task for the team given complexity of the modern system. So when you have a team of designers in one company and they need to constantly work with developers in another company, you need to look for some methodologies of synchronization of this team. Am I right?
Yeah, teams that's never working together before always will spend more time on synchronization, because there are many methodologic style of project management and you never know what level of responsibility have another team, how flexible they are, or what experience they have.
And on the opposite, when your team is sitting in the same office, they know how they work and they have their processes in place. So the overall planning and development go much faster. Also, it may happen, actually it's always happened, that you will need to make some changes in the mid of the development process or after launch of the product. And also developers may came to you and tell, okay, this feature is very expensive to develop. Let's maybe ask designers. And then designers can sit down on the project again, made few tweaks and changes to drastically reduce the price of the development. And it's all may take like a few days of work. And in case you have already stopped working with your designers, you have to do a big loop of the things and checks like, do this designer is still free? Like, and its all process may take you a few weeks, so much longer. By the way, I know you told me a story before when you launch a new project to the market, in 1 month approximately, a product owner decided to add a new feature to it, so to the already launched product. This feature wasn't planned originally, but was to become a main one in the next up features. Can you tell us this story, please?
Yeah, correct. We needed to add QR scanner that people have used in partner store in order to receive bonuses. This feature is supposed to become main for everyday use. And the challenge was to add this feature in existing architecture without big changes. Oh, do you understand how? Yeah, the easiest way that we found is separate new functionality in additional branch and allocate place for it in bottom toolbar. This is simple from development side and also good enough from usability part, because user can easily use this feature just by one click of the thumb.
Really very convenient. Just imagine we are in the store, we have packages in our hands, and usually we have only one finger free to use our phone and to scan some QR code.
Exactly.
So really very useful.
Yeah, the structure allows us to quickly implement this new feature and save money that can be spent on complex redesign and redevelopment.
Yeah, so having a designer and development within one company is a big opportunity for you as a product owner, because you get a much more flexible and agile team, which can speed up your product delivery to market, and very agile in any changes and implementation of new functionality accordingly to your budget and timelines. So very useful. And we get to the end of our today podcast. It actually happens very fast. I didn't notice how the time have passed. And to conclude, all what was said today, when your design and development team works in one company, you save a lot of time on the onboarding process. Technical knowledge of designers allow you to save money and budget on the development. You can bring product, because of the agility and flexibility of the team, you can deliver product to the market faster and up to market changes. Be always aware of any market changes and conduct to them. And it's all are supported by a higher level of responsibility of the team. So 4 advantages which you gain. And also, disclaimer at the end of the video, we didn't want to hurt any feelings of only design company or individual freelancers who do design, because a lot of people do very cool products and very cool designs and very quality one. We just share our experience about advantages which you gain when you have this design and development in one company.
Okay, thank you, Oksana. It was cool.
Thank you for being with me today, and hope to see you again in our studio.
See you.
See you.